wonderful world of espionage is about more than hot double agents and taking down deadly laser satellites.
The satellite is at present over Kansas.
Welcome to WatchMojo's Top 5 Facts. In this installment, we'll be looking at the 5 most interesting and surprising facts about being a spy from both the past and the present.
I'm in the CIA.
Number 5. The CIA used a cat to spy on the Soviets. Operation Acoustic Kitty. No, it's not the name of the latest viral video.
Yeah. Oh, I like what's happening.
And yes, that would be a great band name, actually. But Acoustic Kitty is actually a real-life CIA project that was initiated to equip cats with eavesdropping devices to spy on the Soviets. The cat had a tiny microphone surgically implanted into his ear canal along with a small radio transmitter at the base of his skull. Oh sure, it's easy to condemn the US for mistreating a poor defenseless creature, but remember, the Russians strapped a dog into a space vessel. These were times of war, people. Anyway, the cat was sent on its first mission and was promptly run over by a speeding taxi. $20 million was lost under that taxi's wheels, so the CIA quietly shut down its ill-fated project. Or did they? Did you ever have a cat who disappeared one night never to be found? Maybe he was recruited by the CIA to sabotage the next canine rocket experiment. Number 4. Spy satellites used to drop film from space. In the 1960s, before we had phones with 12 megapixel cameras that we could use to send pictures to people across the world, photography was a little more difficult. Spy planes would fly over the USSR in hopes of retrieving sensitive imagery of their military installations. But this was dangerous because, as we all know, the only thing the USSR hated more than capitalism and freedom was being spied on, and so they'd often shoot down spy planes. The solution? We had to go higher. We had to go to space. Satellites were sent into the atmosphere with state-of-the-art cameras that produced only the most detailed fuzzy gray images of who knows what. But how to get those images back? Simple. Eject the film into the Earth's atmosphere, send a high-altitude plane to snatch it as it plummets through the sky, and voila! Number 3. Becoming a CIA agent is a grueling process.
What's the matter? The CIA got you pushing too many pencils?
So you've watched a lot of James Bond movies and you think to yourself, yeah, I can do most of that stuff. Well, you can either be a double agent and betray your own country to spy for another, or work for your own country's intelligence agency. If you want to work for the CIA and have nothing to hide, then go ahead and apply. The application and hiring process can take as long as 2 years, so expect to be asked everything and anything regarding your character, background, reliability, judgment, potential to be coerced, and a whole lot more.
I felt very good about this year's test, especially in light of the fact that in previous years my fitness has been an issue.
You get round after round of interviews. That is, as long as they haven't found anything suspicious in your personal history. You also need to be able to pass the physical tests, be below 35 years old, have a bachelor's degree, and a college GPA of at least 3.0. Even with all of that, they still might not hire you. Or did they already hire you and you just don't know it? You just got espionage, sucker!
You're a spy!
Number 2. Roald Dahl was a British spy. You may remember enjoying such literary classics as James and the Giant Peach and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Well, did you know that the same author who brought us these charming gems was also plowing his way through the United States for the sake of Queen and country? That's right, after Roald Dahl's successful time in the Royal Air Force, he was drafted as a spy for the British Embassy in 1942. His mission? Seduce rich, high society American hotties and pump them for information.
I mean, this guy had dirt on everybody in the world.
Yeah, I know all the cloak and dagger stories.
The writer of the BFG was apparently so successful at his mission that droves of women were lining up to get a taste of the good stuff. Dahl eventually requested a change of mission from his superiors, but they sent him right back in.
No wonder he's pissed.
Number 1. Spies spread lies to their enemies.
You sell it's all bullshit. All of it.
Disinformation, not to be confused with its slower cousin misinformation, is the act of spreading lies to an enemy in order to compromise their intelligence network.
Are they merely tools for information, Mr. Bond?
Or disinformation. Say if you wanted to manipulate the course of governments or people.
Not all spies are jet-setting super studs with a penchant for betting hot ladies and stopping balding baddies. Some of them are more like that weird kid you knew in the 4th grade who liked to make up extravagant lies for no reason.
And it's because I spent all last night in the Greenberry General Emergency Room.
Well, that kid is just as important to the world of super spies as any 007, because sometimes winning a war means making your opponent believe outrageous lies about your military. A classic example, Operation Fortitude, occurred during World War II when the invasion of Normandy took place. The German government was made to believe that Allied forces were going to land in a completely different place, which caused them to divide their military, and which ultimately made them much weaker.
No, I can't tell you what or where. It's probably disinformation. Just keep following him, all right?
So, what do you think? Now that you've had a gander at the real world of espionage with all its high-tech equipment and flattened kitties, are you itching to jump on the old spy bandwagon?
Now I know how you must have felt when you thought I was a traitor. It is demoralizing.
For more jet-setting super stud top 10s and disinformative top 5s, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
All right, so do I have to do it exactly like that?
Just come on.